Security consultants is still with us in the studio. Well, you're trying to make your point just before we went on that break.
Okay, we're talking about what has improved in the Nigerian police force in the last 15 years. The infusion of more technologies. 15 years ago, the police don't have tracking devices where they can track you on phones. Now, once you use a phone, you could be tracked. There are centers all over the places. Trainings, a lot of trainings has also gone into the place, and I don't see that as a waste. I'm not saying they are there yet, but they are not where they used to be. There are vehicles. Before, one of the problems you have when you call the police for, when you make a distress call to the police, is the issue of transportation. The police need to get from their base to the location of the incident. If there is no vehicles to get them there, it's going to be an effort in fruitless result. That has dropped from my analysis. International and regional knowledge and collaborations, they are no longer an island on their own. Up till this week, I believe Nigerian police are currently on a joint seminar with Niger and Chad on counter-terrorism initiative for them to share knowledge and share skills and intelligence on how to tackle that. So while they still have a long way to go in becoming to come to a global standard of policing, all this effort, I believe, is not going to end just there. There is something that is going to improve their services on the long run, and I think as a Nigerian and as an expert, we know that Rome was not built in a day. Something's got to happen. It will take time for it to materialize before the people start seeing the result of that.
So there is a lot happening. Would you say that we're giving the police the credit that they deserve for what has been happening, or for what is currently happening?
No. One of the reasons why we are not giving the police the credit they deserve is because they are not yet making noise. They are so used. Ever since I was born, I've never seen a place where police are praised. I've never seen a place where traditional rulers go visit a police station to ask, what do you have? Let's say, for instance, the complaint response unit that has been created by the police. The police has been doing a lot to let the people know that, well, we understand that some of our officers could go wrong and they are corrupt. And I could see a lot of adverts on all social medias, on TV going on. But I don't see effort from members of the public, churches, which we have a lot of them, mosques and Muslim society, which we have a lot of them, traditional rulers, which we have a lot of them, educational institutions, which we have a lot of them, going to the place to collect material and educate members of their community or society to say, okay, the police has told us this is what we need to do. So people like myself, whenever anybody calls my attention to any police abnormalities, I make it a point of duty to spend money to send the information to them.
Well,
so we need to meet the police.
Some people might say that praise is difficult to give, you know, when we're still experiencing the level of insecurity in some instances that we're still experiencing, and you know, the confidence of the people is yet to be built back in the police force. I
will agree with you on that the confidence of the people is yet to be built back. But like I've always argued, it's two-way things. For you to have an effective policing system in any country in the 21st century, we have to meet the police in the middle. They move, do what they need to do, or do half of what they need to do, because they are not yet effective. The members of the public too have a duty, one, to be vigilant in their environment, two, to make sure that they have the contact details of the police. You have a DPO who heads a police station, you have another officer who heads a police post in the place where police station seems to be far from the city. You see, we need to have all these numbers. We don't need to wait until we have problem before we start looking for police number. Many IGs have come on board and asked people, please contact us, please let us know when our men are going wrong. And I can tell you the complaint response unit of the police is working On a daily basis, I get report back from them. I refer people to them, and I do my own follow-up analysis of what has happened. It is working, but we want members of the public. If I ask you now, do you have the number of your local DPO where you live on your phone? Everybody needs to have that. It is only when you call that DPO and is not responding, or the services you are getting is not effective, refer them to the CRU.
I was going to chuckle when you said, if I ask you, and I said that I was going to tell you that that question will remain a rhetorical question. But moving, now to the impact. We've cited Lagos example. We're using Ikorodu as a case study of some sort, even though it was seen that each part of the country has its own typical challenge that it is battling with security-wise. Lagos State government has set up this neighborhood watch, which we saw launched with plenty of fanfare. You say that the impact, is going to be. It's going to be interesting.
I'm hoping so from an expert point of view. Although there's a lot of I that needs to be dotted, T's that needs to be crossed. One of the major problems of government engaging in security endeavor in society is that they don't outsource enough. They want to create a platform, and they want the government official and the police authority to be the only one doing it. It doesn't work that way all over the world. You need to call in experts to help you enhance the good stuff you have. And I think they are not doing enough of that, and we keep appealing to them.
Who is not calling in the experts? The state government or the police?
The state government.
The state government.
The police are calling the experts.
But from your own analysis, when you see the launch of an organization like Neighborhood Watch, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
I saw an increase and a boost in manpower. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of resources and a lot of money going into vehicles. The only problem and the only question mark that comes into my hand is that, is it going to be effective? The training, we train once, are we going to retrain? Are we going to check exactly what is happening around us and use it to formulate a policy or a model operandi by which those people are going to operate in order for them to be more effective? You see, when you add a platform to assist the police or the policing authority in securing a community, there must be a key performance indication. We must know where to divert attention. For instance, now we need to divert a lot of resources to all the riverine area of Lagos for the purpose of gathering intelligence. Intelligence is very, very vital. Whoever say that the traditional ruler seems to be harboring criminals could be 50% right. It's not that they are deliberately harboring them. It's just that they are hiding in their society and they are coming back to do evil and hiding back there. Now, the people who have lost confidence in police, looking at criminals from your window, hiding next door to you, you may start to think, should I call the police? If I call the police and the police didn't do nothing, will the attack not come back on me or my family? All those thoughts, people need to, there's need to be a seminar. We can go through churches, we can go through mosques, we can go through institutions to say, okay, this is how to go about it. Just one sheet of paper can do a program that people can read and read and read again, and comes in different language to boost that confidence. Boosting the confidence of people in place is a continuous thing. It's not something you will do once.
So you see a situation whereby, even though initially you seem to be suggesting that crime is now going to move to rural areas, we understand that the Neighborhood Watch is not only going to be based in the urban areas, there would also be some rural patrols.
Immediately they launched that, I waited for 2 weeks, and I did a journey of the riverine area. I did a journey of Ajay, Ikorodu, Ekpe. I spoke to some people because of my job, because I know one day I'm going to have to sit on this chair to give an account. So that's how I do my job. I spoke to some traditional rulers as well. Some traditional rulers have called me to speak to me on topics that I'm not able to discuss on here, but which I'm already discussing with the policing authorities on how to do it.
But what was
throughout my journey?
Yes.
I did not find any of the Neighborhood Watch
in the rural areas.
In the rural area, I would have loved to disguise and went to them and approach them and speak to them. So that comes to something. Training. Maybe they are still training, they're still going through retraining. Maybe their own confidence and their ability to handle the issue of personal safety is still there. So they got the job, they got the vehicle, they get there, but they don't want to go where they are going to be shot, because at the end of the day, they are human beings as well. So that's why I'm appealing to the Lagos State government that have started that initiative now to please the endeavor and the initiative of creating a neighborhood watch is fantastic. It's in the world standard. But what you now need to do now, in order to sustain that, you need to enhance it. You need to call in, invite the experts to say, okay, how can we do this? If their main focus is going to be on intelligence gathering, it is a fantastic one. But an intelligence gathering platform is a very, very powerful and important one that needs a lot of input of training and retraining. And I want to appeal to Lagos State government to please try as much as possible to focus on that.
For Lagosians, how would you say that they should look forward to measuring the impact?
Well, measuring the impact could be the work of an NGO. Measuring the impact should be a case of seeing visibility of these people in your area. Measuring the impact could be what was in your area before the introduction of this platform that is no longer there. And one of the things I want people to do now is that every government have means of contacting them. Forget about whether they will read your letter or they will not read your letter. You send more than 50 WhatsApp messages to your friends in a day. You are always on Facebook making comments and making entries. Drop few lines about what you are seeing, about your government services to them on their platform. You need to write to them on what you see.
So citizen engagement is very important.
Yeah, you need that. And in order to boost that, that is why I said before that government too needs to create a platform where you can ask a question to say, okay, for the next 3 weeks, we want to be asking members of the public, what do you think about Rapid Response Squad? The last service you received from Rapid Response Squad, what does it take? For instance, if you call the Lagos State emergency number, within 48 to 72 hours, you're going to get a text message back asking you how did that go on your number. So that's a fantastic one. And what we want them to do now is to create a platform where they will be asking members of the public through NCC. They have numbers of everybody in Lagos. They will help them ask, tell us what you think about, have you had any engagement with any of our men on the street? Go to churches, ask them, distribute little paper which has 3 or 4 questions for people to tick, collect it back, and